Welcome, everybody, to Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. Yeah. Go! Ooh. Yeah. Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. Handsome Nick Hanlon here. Here to talk about Backlash. May 9th, 2026. Some good matches. Some interesting things happened. And I would love to talk about them a little bit. But first, make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Kayfabe Wrestling Talk, Handsome Nick Hanlon. Keep in mind, if you think I'm right, you're probably right. And if you think I'm wrong, well, you know how that goes. So again, make sure you like and subscribe. So we're talking about the most recent PLE, as they call them. I still call them pay-per-views. I'm sitting here with my protein shake, sitting here with my coffee, and just ruminating over what happened last night at Backlash. There's some things I want to talk about that I just can't stand that happened, but there's some great stuff that happened as well. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with what happened later with the John Cena thing, the John Cena Invitational or John Cena Classic, or the John Cena, please suck on my dick some more because I'm retired and I call myself the greatest of all time. Like, give me a goddamn break right now. Take a couple months off, first of all, before I even get into your announcement. For us to start liking you again, you need to take some time off. Because this whole John Cena retirement thing, we're exhausted. It was very disjointed. There was some good stuff, but it was very disjointed, and you just took away every good storyline that was happening and just took a shit on it and decided to make the whole year about yourself. That's not, I know. TKO, this is something they offered you. So I don't blame you. I'm not saying you shouldn't have done that. I'm just saying now that it's done, take 6 months, a year. Take some time off. We don't need to see you on TV for a while. If you want us to miss you, you got to be gone, John. I thought you were going to go to movies. I don't really understand why you're suddenly back on TV in your stupid suit and your very talk show talk. It's just I can't do it, John. John, give me a little break, man. I love you, John. John, you gave us some good moments, but you got to give us a goddamn break. When people leave, they stay gone for a while. You see AJ on TV yet? Like, give me a break. All right, so that being said, we got the John Cena announces his John Cena Classic. I try very, very hard to treat wrestling like a competitive sport when I'm watching it. It's all about, disbelief in reality, taking yourself out of life, and pretending it's real. And that's Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. That's what I do. I try and talk about this like it's real. But it becomes very difficult when the major announcement is so stupid. The John Cena Invitational, it's a match. The first part of the concept, have a pay-per-view where the main roster fights people from NXT. Cool. It's supposed to be some sort of tournament, is what I'm getting at first. But then he mentions none of the matches matter. And the only way to win the new title they're presenting, so they're bringing out a new belt as well, is the fan vote. So it doesn't matter who wins these matches. It only matters who the fans vote for. I'm a fan. I don't want to vote for the winner of a tournament, John. This is supposed to be a sport, John. What is this, wrestling American Idol? John, it's so hard to suspend disbelief when you bring up stupid shit like this. The John Cena Classic is the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life. It's gonna fail. It's a stupid idea. I mean, WWE is gonna mess with the votes probably anyway, and even if they don't, it's stupid. The winner should be the winner of the matches. I'm not that much of a traditionalist. I like new stuff. I like when they try new things, but this is, somebody's got to say, like, okay, we're brainstorming here. That's a bad idea, John. Let's think of something else. No, it's the first idea John comes up with, and they just want to suck on his dick. This is a terrible, stupid idea. And I guess we're not even pretending wrestling's real anymore. It's not real. Like, what's the fucking point of watching it if we're not at least just pretending, right? I know we watch a movie, but it's the same thing. When you're watching a movie, you kind of pretend it's real. And if something really, really stupid happens, it takes you out of that movie. Just like this. This is a classic Fast and Furious moment, a classic Triple X moment where main guy from Triple X is getting followed by somebody and he's on a BMX bike and for some reason he goes over a jump and does like a triple backflip axe handle thing for some reason because that's what you would do if you're being chased by somebody. This is that moment, John. You are shitting on what wrestling is supposed to be. This is one of the most disrespectful, incredibly stupid, dumbest ideas I've ever heard in my life that just shits on the fabric of wrestling. Right? Just like you calling yourself the greatest of all time. Let's be goddamn serious right now. Because you got 17 belts, because Vince knows that you had ratings, you did a great job, and they gave you a bunch of titles. I'm sorry, you're not the greatest. You're not even top 5, dude. And you know, again, I there's some great John Cena moments. He's funny, had some great matches. Greatest of all time, allowing him free roam just to shit on the spirit of wrestling. Anger, it's just so angering. And now I gotta see John now probably every goddamn week again. Get him off my screen! John, I'm not goddamn missing you. Give me a few months, man. Maybe in a few months, well, the idea will be stupid in a few months still. But when you start making your appearances, you don't do it after like 2 or 3 weeks. You're just at WrestleMania. Okay, WrestleMania, you just finished your career. Cool. Now you don't come back to like Survivor Series, maybe even next year. Okay, I think I'm done with the John Cena Classic and the new belt and the new championship and the tournament they're having where you vote on the winner no matter who wins the matches. What the hell is going on right now? So speaking of matches, we had Bron Breakker. We started out Bron Breakker versus Seth Rollins. And since we're not even going to talk about this competitively anymore, let me just talk about the match a little bit. Botch City. Bron, you need to get into the ring and do some. I don't know why you're so rusty. You're starting to look like Ryback out there, buddy. Okay, you had all this heat, and it's just your energy in the ring, that disjointed match, the multiple botches. It found their footing in the last half of the match. It got better. I'm not gonna lie, it did get better. On wins, of course, with some shenanigans, but it found its footing. You know, they ended up winning the crowd over. So I got to hand it to Braun on that one. But the first 75% of the match, you didn't seem like you wanted to be there, Braun. Seth was doing the best he can. Seth is one of the best in the world. Uh, Braun, buddy, you got to pick it up. You can't just live on your Steiner math and shaking around and stuff, okay? Either way, the match ended well. Last bit of the match was good. I was happy to see they pull through. I'm still a Braun. I like him, but I don't know. He's got to do something to get out of this, to get the crowd back, to get the energy back, to get the momentum back, because the momentum's kind of gone for Braun right now. I don't see him getting a strap for a while, and I hope he doesn't. He needs some time in the ring. Now let's talk about a completely opposite situation. Sami versus Trick Williams. Incredibly smooth. The timing was there. Those guys were dancing. It was a beautiful thing to watch, front to back. I mean, Sami doing the possum knee injury was amazing. Really turning heel here. You know, Trick tries to, Trick kicks up after that trick, or that after Sami's little knee trick. He got him in a small package. Sami kicks up. I thought it was over. Very, very long count. You know, a little Yahtzee even gets with Sami and hits him with the candlestick. You know, Sami kicks up. And Sami's DDT on the steel steps on the outside of the ring. I thought Tricky was dead. Luckily, he's got all that hair, because I think it helped cushion that blow, if we're talking kayfabe a little bit. I don't know if we are in this episode, though, so I don't know. Sami ends up getting distracted by little Yachty in the outside because he beat the crap out of him. He gave him a haluva kick from the back of the back of the head. Awesome shot. Took little Yachty out. Hops in the ring. Gets hit with the trick shot. Tricky Ricky. Size the lemon pepper steppers wins, retains the title. Incredible match, very exciting, front to back. Okay, Sami Zayn might be a sanctimonious son of a bitch, but he could put on a match, and that was a hell of a match. And Sami Zayn has officially completely turned heel. Trick Williams has officially completely turned face. It's an amazing thing. It's very hard to do, and it got done. Sami Zayn 6 months ago was getting cheered at, like the roof was lifting off, and he's suddenly been able to make people hate him just by just small differences in his promos, making him sound just a little whinier. It's a beautiful transition Sami Zayn did the last few months to making himself look bad. Great job, Sami Zayn. I know I shit on you. That's all kayfabe, blah, blah, blah. I'm supposed to be a bad guy. But, Sami, great job, man. That was an amazing match. You made Tricky Ricky look amazing. And Trick, you did a great job, too. But, of course, Sami obviously helps with that because Sami really, he can wrestle a broomstick. Incredible wrestler. And speaking of disbelief, this is the kind of match I love to see. Kip Wilson and Miz versus Danhausen and a mystery partner. And they have a great movie kind of vignette at the beginning, starring Danhausen, written by Danhausen, produced and so good, and showed some run-ups to how he's been torturing Miz and his poor little wife there, Marie. She got the cake in the face, she got chocolate in the face. He stole their kid's pike. Anyway, everybody's like, is it going to be CM Punk? Is it going to be John Cena, the mystery partner? Which I knew he wouldn't do something that cool, right? So, Danhausen's had this cloning machine. He turns it on. Out comes a Minihausen, a little person who used to be like that guy with like in the bull outfit, I believe. But anyway, we got a Minihausen as his partner. Good stuff. And when Minihausen gets in there, he starts the match, and he's a hell of a wrestler. Man, he's kicking ass. Hurricanrana's, drop kicks, flying headbutts. Man, incredible. And obviously, like we don't see Danhausen forever in this match, which is beautifully set up. Danhausen comes in, gets some offense, and then he gets his ass kicked a bit. He tags out, and the Minihausen gets in again. Kip Wilson ends up throwing Minihausen into the cloning machine to get rid of him. Well, he closes it up. Well, he turns it on. What happens? Well, he just cloned. So now there's like 8 Minihausens running down, attacking Wade Barrett, attacking Kip Williams. Wade Barrett was getting bit by those things, he said. These things are chewing the wires. And now the little guys, those are all guys from the hardcore midget wrestling in Las Vegas, which I might go see this September if they have a show. And they're the same guys that was part of WrestleMania. The first one that came out wasn't. He's like a guy, a really very talented wrestler that just does indie stuff, I believe. But yeah, this crew was the same crew that came out after him from the Las Vegas stuff. Anyway, we get a little incident where Minihausen tries to, curse Kip. Kip throws up a mirror and throws the curse back to Minihausen. Minihausen gets hammered with a Vader bomb or bomb, whatever Goldberg's move was, the suplex into the slam, and Miz gets up and does like a Goldberg yell. Beautiful F you to Goldberg. I loved it. And then, Danhausen eventually gets tagged back in. Miz tries to use the fire extinguisher on all the little people and Danhausen. It doesn't work. And he's like, why isn't it working? He points at himself, goes off in his face, blinds Miz. Miz can't see, hits Kip with it, blinds Kip. Danhausen gets the win. Danhausen, the most powerful wrestler in wrestling. Danhausen, very nice, very evil. What a match. This match could have been a disaster. This match was better than the Seth Rollins match. It's that simple. It was better than anything John Cena. And that doesn't, I mean, they won the crowd over, so great job in that match. Just the beginning of it was a disaster. So I'm kind of a coin flip on how Bron's going to work out. He might be great because he did win the crowd over. I think with a little help from Seth. That being said, that's how you do it, right? But this match, unbelievably fun match. I mean, they were calling him Luchahausen at the end of it. It was Minihausen and Luchahausen because he was doing a lot of luchador stuff. Jumps off the top rope to the outside of the ring on the kip. And that's when Danhausen gets the win right after that, hitting, I don't even know what he hit. I forget now. It was probably like some sort of old school slam move. I don't remember. It was a chaotic match. This match is definitely what we would call bedlam. It was an incredible match, and it was incredibly fun. Thank you, Danhausen. Thank you to the midget wrestlers. Thank you for making wrestling fun. Unlike some people, John Cena, you new sanctimonious son of a bitch. He's the true sanctimonious son of a bitch. I can't get off John Cena. John Cena, get out of the ring, man. Just oh god. Anyway, next match we got IYO SKY versus Asuka, a grudge match, and this is a storyline that's obviously been going on for a long time. We get really loud "I want Kyrie's" chants, and the announcers do not even mention it, and that's a mistake. They really can't just ignore these chants. I mean, give me a break. Amazing match. You know, IYO blocks the mist. But the real big story about this is, IYO SKY wins the match. And not much, I mean, it's an amazing match. These guys can wrestle all day. I could watch these guys wrestle for the whole pay-per-view. IYO SKY and Asuka are two of the best in the game. IYO SKY she's probably my favorite women wrestler. Her and Rhea. They just put on great matches, and that's all I really care about. Put on a great match. And IYO SKY, for somebody who can barely speak English, getting this big really shows her electricity, her charisma, just the way, just her look. I mean, she's just got this cute look to her. She probably doesn't like being called cute. I don't know, but she's got this look to her that's just so innocent and cute. But she can lay down a beating. So anyway, at the end of this match, Asuka's crying and hugging IYO SKY and saying, just saying she's proud of her and kissing her. And, it just turns right around and she's legitimately crying, which makes me think this is the last time we're going to see Asuka for a long. I think this might be her last match in the WWE. I don't know. Maybe she's got contract left. It made it to me feel like that was it for her. After Kyrie was unceremoniously sent home, I know there was rumors sent out saying she wanted to go home, but she said that's not true. So I believe TKO or WWE tried to maybe soften the blow of letting her go. So that being said, that was a really emotional moment. I love Asuka, and it'll really be sad to see her go. I mean, IYO SKY is going to stick around, and I think Asuka will be back eventually. But I believe we just saw Asuka's last match, and if that's the case, she did it great. She did a Brock Lesnar. She didn't announce it. That's my last match. That's it. Let's have a great match, and then I'll hug you and we'll leave. We don't have to have this big fanfare, John Cena. Anyway, and then we got the John Cena bullshit, blah blah blah. American Idol for wrestling, yeah, big pile of crap. That's right. Shits on the wrestling and the spirit of wrestling and all the wrestlers before him. Completely shits on the legends and everybody that's ever fought for a title. Yada yada. I brought that up, right? How John Cena's totally shitting on wrestling and is a piece of shit, and we're sick of him, and we can't miss him unless he takes some time off. I brought that all up. All right, so I already talked about the fact that John Cena is ruining wrestling without even wrestling. I probably didn't say that. I'll mention that now. Just go away. So anyway, OTC versus Fatu. Man, the crowd was lit for this match. And this is one of the best matches of the year. I mean, at one point, Fatu was foaming from the mouth. It was amazing. And it was all Fatu. Fatu hitting his moonsault, Roman kicking out. Fatu was no-selling everything. He was very Undertaker in this match, or very Umaga, if you will. Anything Roman threw at him, he could not take Fatu down. It took Roman uncovering a turnbuckle and smashing Fatu's head in it and hitting him with like 3 Superman punches and a spear. He ended up winning with, of course, some shenanigans. It was not a clean win. And then after the match, Fatu destroys Roman with that Tonga Deathlock. The next match has got to be a cage match or something. We need to see these guys in a cage match so there's no shenanigans. Even shenanigans means it's a win. We got to have these guys in a no rules match. Maybe a Hell in a Cell would be great for SummerSlam coming up. I don't think it's definitely not over between these two because Fatu had him beat, but he didn't win. Roman Reigns knows how to hang on to a title. I know I called Fatu winning. Well, he didn't win, and I probably should have saw that coming. That being said, Fatu showed his dominance, and if we're gonna again just F kayfabe, John Cena might as well just throw kayfabe and pretend this isn't real. So I'll talk about it like that. Whoever programmed this match, or if it was those two that programmed it, did a great job of making Fatu look like he can still win a title, because it's very difficult to do, to have Fatu lose against Roman and still look dominant, and they did that in this match. It was a perfectly told story. Roman Reigns is a true professional. He knew how to look shocked. Like, I can't believe Fatu's taking all this punishment and still kicking up. He really knew how to do that, but still look like he's coming at him. Unlike Bron Breakker, who in his match constantly looked worried, and he's supposed to be an animal. He's supposed to be like the white guy Fatu or whatever. And he looked worried about Seth Rollins many times. He should never look worried. Just like Fatu should never look worried. Roman looking worried made a ton of sense, because he's the old vet. He gave everything to Fatu, and he's like, what else can I do? And Fatu's just foaming at the mouth, being an animal, taking every finisher and kicking up. That match was incredible to watch, and I'm going to watch it again today. I watched the Danhausen match twice, by the way. So Fatu versus Roman Reigns. I can't wait to see it again. Asuka, I salute you. If this is your last match, I've enjoyed watching you. I'm a huge fan. I love the outfits lately. The Batman mouth. You look like Poison Ivy kind of tonight, or during Backlash. Awesome outfits. Bron Breakker, you got to pick it up a bit. Again, I got to hand it to them. I can't shit on them too much. They won them over. But Bron, you got to work on your acting. You should never look worried. You should never look worried in a match. And to just finish everything off, John Cena, just go fuck yourself, okay? Get the fuck out of the fucking ring. We're fucking sick of seeing your fucking stupid fucking face. I know I'm not supposed to fucking swear because it fucking demonetizes these fucking videos, but fuck John Cena. Fuck him right in the stupid sanctimonious fucking son of a bitch fucking mouth. Get the fuck off our TV with these fucking stupid ideas where you vote for a fucking winner of a fucking pay-per-view even if they don't win the fucking match. Kayfabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. My name's Handsome Nick Hanlon. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let's go! Fuck you, John Cena. Fuck you right in the fucking face!